Welcome to English Now Easy podcast, where learning English is fun and easy.
Welcome back, everyone, to the English Now Easy podcast.
It is so good to be back. A huge thank you to everyone returning and a very warm welcome if you're a new listener.
We're really happy you're here.
We are. And, we love to know where everyone is listening from.
Oh, for sure.
So if you have a moment, please comment down below. Let us know which country or city you're watching us from. It really helps us get a sense of our community.
It really does.
So are you ready for today's lesson?
Absolutely. Let's start. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really simple but very powerful method for understanding and talking about news stories in English.
That's right. And you don't need a huge vocabulary for this. It's more like a secret formula.
A secret formula. I like that. We call it the 5 W's method.
It's just 5 simple questions. First, what happened?
Second, where did it happen?
Then, when did it happen?
Fourth is, who was involved?
And finally, and maybe the most important, why is it important?
And that's it. This structure, it just makes news so much easier to understand.
It really does. It stops you from getting confused or, overwhelmed, and it helps you tell the story to your friends later.
Exactly. So let's break down how this method actually works.
Let's do it.
So each of the 5 W's is like a little clue you're looking for in the story. Let's start with the first one. What?
The what?
Yeah.
This is just the main idea, the key event.
Right. So if a story says a new park opened, that's your what. It's the main action.
Exactly. Simple as that. The second W is where.
And that's just the place, the location where the event happened.
In a city, at a school, on a specific street, that's your where.
Okay, that brings us to the third W, which is when.
The time. It could be yesterday, last week, on Sunday morning.
Anything that tells you the time of the event.
Now, the fourth W is who.
This one is about the people. Who was involved? It could be the mayor, a famous athlete, or
just regular people like volunteers or a family.
Right. And that leads us to the last one, the fifth W. Why?
And this is the reason. Why did this happen? Why does it matter? This is what gives the story its meaning.
And that actually connects to what we call the extra part.
The what it means part. This is where you connect the story to real life. Is it a good thing? Is it bad? How does it help us?
So for that park example, the what it means could be that families can now have fun outside together.
Exactly. You're adding your own understanding.
Now, we have a few simple tips to make finding these 5 W's even easier.
Yeah. First thing, always start with the headlines. The big text at the top.
Why the headlines?
Because they usually tell you the what very, very quickly. It's like a summary.
That's a great point. And our second tip is huge. Please do not try to translate every single word.
Oh, please don't. That is way too much work.
It is. Just focus on finding the answers to the 5 W's. That's all you need.
And also use the pictures. A picture can give you so many clues. If you see a fire truck in the picture,
you know the story is about a fire, even if you don't know the words.
Exactly. Context is everything. And one last tip.
What's that?
Start with news topics you already like. If you love sports, read about sports.
Oh, that makes sense. You already know the context.
Right. You know the players, the teams. So the English part becomes much easier to understand.
Okay, that's the method. I think it's time we put it into practice.
I agree. Let's try it with some real examples.
Okay, for our first example, I'm going to read a short news paragraph. I'll read it slowly. Just listen for the 5 W's.
Ready, everyone? Here it is.
A new community garden opened recently in a small local neighborhood. Volunteers work together to plant vegetables and flowers. Local families join the effort. The goal is to make healthy food easily accessible to everyone in the area.
Okay, a nice positive story. Let's break it down. What happened here?
The what is pretty clear. A new community garden opened.
Perfect. Now, where did it happen?
It happened in a small local neighborhood. That's our where.
And when did it happen?
The story says recently, so not a specific day, but we know it was in the near past.
Recently. Good. And who was involved?
The story mentions two groups, volunteers and local families.
Excellent. And now for the big one. Why is this important?
Well, the goal, or the why, is to make healthy food accessible for everyone.
There you go. See how simple that was? You just pulled out the 5 most important pieces of information.
Now let's practice speaking a couple of sentences from this story. This is for you to repeat out loud. It's called shadowing.
Ready. The host will say it slowly, and you repeat.
A new community garden opened.
Okay, now let's try a second one, about the why.
Families can grow food together.
Great job. That's how you practice.
All right, ready for example number 2.
Let's do it. This one is about a train station. Again, just listen.
A large train station recently opened a special quiet room for travelers. Passengers can use this room to relax, read a book, or pray before their journey. Staff explained that the quiet room helps stressed passengers feel calmer during busy travel times.
Okay, I like this idea. A quiet room in a busy station.
Me too. So let's do the 5 W's. What happened?
A new quiet room opened. That's the main event.
And where did this happen?
Inside the train station, that's our location.
Right. And when?
The story says recently, just like the last one.
Okay. So who was involved in this story?
Well, it mentions travelers who used the room and the station staff who explained it.
Perfect. Finally, why did they do this? Why is it important?
The why is to help stressed passengers relax and feel calmer.
See? It just works every time. It pulls the important information right out.
It really does. Okay, time for some shadowing practice with this story.
Ready to repeat. Here's the first line. The station opened a new quiet room.
Good. And here's the second sentence, which explains the why.
It helps travelers relax.
Fantastic. You're doing great. We have one more example.
Yes, our last one. This one is about a small business. I'll read it slowly. The Sweet Loaf Bakery, a small local shop, won a national baking award this week. The judges especially loved their popular homemade sourdough bread. Customers are celebrating the win. The award shows that small businesses can create very high-quality food for their community.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. I love hearing about local businesses succeeding.
Me too. Okay, let's run it through the 5 W's. What happened?
A small bakery won a national award.
That's our what? And where did this happen?
Well, at the local Sweet Loaf Bakery.
Okay, and when did they win?
The story gives a specific time for this one. It says this week.
It does. And who was in this story?
Let's see. There was the bakery owner, of course, the judges, and the customers.
A lot of people involved in that one. And the last question. Why does this award matter?
I think the story explains this really well. It matters because it recognizes the high quality of a small local business. It's a win for the whole community.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, one last round of shadowing practice.
You know what to do. Repeat after the host.
A bakery won an award.
Nice and clear. Now the second one?
People love their fresh bread.
Wonderful. You see how breaking it down makes everything so much clearer.
It's a complete game changer. Now we're going to do some more general shadowing practice.
That's right. These are just common, useful phrases you can use when talking about the news.
I'll say the line slowly. Just repeat it and try to match the sound. Ready?
Let's begin.
I read the headline today.
That's a great way to start a conversation.
This story happened yesterday.
Good. That sets the time.
It took place in my town.
Perfect for talking about local news.
Many people joined the event.
That helps explain the who.
The mayor was involved.
Mm-hmm.
It was important for the community.
Right, that's explaining the why.
I feel less confused now.
And that's our goal for you.
I can talk about the news.
Yes, you can. That's the confidence we want you to feel.
Okay, that was great practice. Now we have a little challenge for you.
Yes, the 5W challenge. It's your turn to be the reporter.
We want you to think of a small, simple news story you heard recently.
It can be anything. A sports highlight, a weather update, maybe a school announcement, or something that happened in your neighborhood.
Got one. Okay. Don't worry about perfect English. The goal here is just to speak out loud.
That's right. I'm going to ask you the 5 questions about your story. Try to answer them out loud. Ready?
Take a deep breath. You can do this.
First question. What happened in your story?
Just say the main idea.
Okay. Second question. Where did it happen?
Tell us the place.
Third. When did it happen? Was it today? Last week?
Give us the time.
Fourth question. Who was in the story?
The people, the groups.
And the final question. Why does it matter?
What's the reason? Why is it important?
Great job.
Wow.
Even just trying that is a huge step. The more you practice, the easier it gets.
And remember, you can use simple phrases to start these conversations.
Like, did you hear about that?
Or, I read an interesting story today. They're easy ways to begin.
You all did such a fantastic job practicing with us today. Using this new method is a big step.
It really is. And remember, the 5 W's method makes understanding and discussing the news so much easier. It gives you a clear plan.
It does. And we have one final request. We'd love for you to comment down below and tell us what you learned in today's lesson.
And maybe you could try writing one small news story using the 5 W's method in the comments. We'd love to read it.
Yes, please do. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to the English Now Easy podcast so you don't miss our next lesson.
And be sure to tap that bell icon too. That way you'll always be notified.
The news connects us all, and this method makes joining the conversation easy.
Every bit of practice helps you build confidence and make daily progress. You're doing amazing work.
Keep practicing, keep reading, and keep talking. See you next time.